Well, welcome to a filler vlog. And this is going to be uploaded tonight, Friday the 13th. Now, I did make mention of doing a filler vlog at the end of, well, today's actual vlog. And what I was going to do is I was going to leave my forward facing on, you know, change the batteries because I've got a spare battery, leave it plugged in, and just do all the roundabouts on the A1 until it goes to the A1M. Because I'm going towards Peterborough at the moment. Now I was going to do that, and then I was going to speed it up, put some music over it, and use it as a filler vlog. But I had a conversation with a friend of mine who's also a truck driver. Now he's general haulage. He's working for a haulage group attached to another haulage company. And I feel really bad for him. I really do. I really feel bad for him. Because he got to his location yesterday at 1700 and he was told, no, it's not going to be ready till tomorrow, so come back tomorrow drive. So he parked up not too far outside. Well, put it this way, I've seen the photo of his Tago. He sent us a photo, and he did about 5 minutes of driving today, so he had his night out less than 5 minutes away from where he was doing his collection. So he had his night out and he went back. He got there earlier today. And at this precise point in time, well, just before I left, he was on 7¼ hours on the dock. 7¼ hours, and he got there at 1700 last night. He's had his night out, he's gone in, 7¼ hours on dock. He just turned around to me and he said, well, they told me it was going to take a while and I might as well just leave it on break because I'm going to be here quite some time. And it's a Friday, he just wants to get home. You know, he wants his weekend because he lives on the road. And so he's left it on break, 7¼ hours, and he just messaged me and we were having a chat. And he said, you know something, I'm just going to let it run out the 9 hours and then I'm just going to go. That way at least I get some form of weekend, because he's still not loaded as we speak, and he must be on at least 8 hours by now. You sit there and you think, woohoo, damn. Now that's a kick, that's a proper kick. You've been out all week, it's your last day, you got one collection to do, so you think, oh, I'll be a bit sneaky, I'll pick it up the night before, have me night out, then carry on back to the yard, go home for the weekend, so I get back early Friday. And it's like, no, have your break and then come back, it won't be ready till tomorrow. So fair enough, you know, have your break outside, as close as you can. And you turn up the following day and you're there all day. Going to have done at least 9 hours on dock, not even started to be loaded, and that was just 7¼ hours. That's bad, that is. But whoa, so there you go, there's a little insight for you guys who are going to end up living on the road. Every so often you're going to end up on a Friday when you're supposed to be getting back being stuck at a collection all day. No ifs, no buts, no maybes, all day. So that kind of brushes again on the old the POA thing, doesn't it? Well, for me, you know, I don't live on the road, I'm not multi-drop. So for me, I literally live in POA. I do. And if you do this kind of a job, you probably will do as well. However, if you are a general haulier, you live on the road all week, or you know, you're a multi-drop guy, chances are you're not going to want to use POA because that's just wasting time, because you're still going to have a break and all the rest of the bells. So you are probably going to leave it on break as often as you can, unless of course you're paid off your taco and you're not paid for your breaks. But I just thought I'd share that story with you in this short filler vlog that I will edit tonight and upload when I go to bed. On another note, just another short story, it happened to me yesterday. And I wasn't going to do anything on it, but I just started thinking, you know, some of you guys are going to encounter this. Now, I went to Enfield. I have done Enfield more times than I'd like to guess. And it's not the tightest of yards, but it can be a bit of a pain when there's pallets in the yard and they've decided to put old shelving or old gas bottles on the kind of, there's a curb and then a bit of a grassy bit before the wall, because you really need to swing over that to make your life easier. And I don't mean jump up the curb, I just mean swing your front end over it, because obviously the wheels are set back and you've got all of this is what you can swing over the curb, the small curb. And they had loads of shelving stacks directly opposite the dock, so I didn't have that. So I knew I was going to end up on the slant on the dock. You know when you're on that dock. Well, when you've done a dock enough times, you know that you're on it. And there was a guy in front of me, he's pulled off, the dock shutter's been left open, and the old boy who unloads you, he's standing there, you know, and he always gives you all these directions. And you look at him and you think, why? Why are you doing this? You look, as I go onto dock, you can't see him anymore, other than a really thin sliver, so his arm has to kind of hang outside. And there's no way you can hear him. Your fridge is going, your window's open, the 12.8 straight 6 Actros engine's going. You can't hear him. Not a chance in hell. Not unless he really booms it. You know, he does like the Disturbed lead singers kind of growl at you. There's no way you can hear him. And the thing is, he used to be a truck driver, so you'd think he'd know basic arm signals, you wouldn't? Well, yesterday I learnt a valuable lesson about what he thinks a certain arm signal means. I went on this dock, and I knew I was slightly off, and I knew I was on the slant anyway, but the shelving there means I'm not going to rip the front end of the vehicle off, I'll just leave it on the P a little bit, you know? And his arm is in the gap and he's doing that. Now, whilst he's doing that, I'm actually against the dock. What does that mean? Okay, I'll throw it open to everybody, whether you're a trucker or whether you're not. What does that mean? It means pull forward, doesn't it? It means go forward. So I knew I was off, so I went forward and I went back. And again, because I didn't really, you don't really have the room there to properly straighten up unless you go up the curb and then come back down. So I'm doing the best I can. And I get back on again. Okay, fair enough. So, you know, and in the end I just get fed up, so I pull straight off the dock, go back to the lining up, and then I redo it. Well, put it this way, I pull off the dock 3 times, and I take 13 shunts. Okay. Now remember, he's on the dock and he's giving me that signal. Remember, I'm going against the dock, so I'm going against the building, I'm going against the wall. So I'm not going fast. And I can't hear a word he's saying. The fridge is giving it the beans, windows open, engines on. He keeps doing that. So in the end, I get really annoyed, so I get out and I yell at him. I tell him to vacate the dock whilst I do this myself, in not so many polite words. And he beckoned me over. So I got waddling over, and he said, I was telling you to slow down. I'm reversing against the building. I'm not going flat out. Yeah, when you get off the little slant and go there, everybody speeds up. Of course, it kinks the vehicle out, the trailer out. No, the way we are turned kinks the blasted trailer out. And we are not really speeding up at that point in time. We're just letting it go back and trying to follow it round. You know, we can't just do that. And he used to be a driver. That's the funny thing. He used to be a Class 1 driver. And it turns out what he was doing was he wasn't telling me to pull forward. I was actually on the dock perfect first time, and second time, and third time, and every time. What he was doing was he was telling me to slow down, but he was telling me to slow down after I'd touched the dock. So after I was on the dock, he was giving me that signal to tell me to slow down. I'm against a building. So always bear in mind, sometimes if you know the location, if you know what you're doing, ignore the silly twat, the pregnant salmon, ignore the silly twerp on the dock. He was doing that. What does that mean? I've been driving 7 years. I was in agriculture for years before I had a little stint within retail stores. I'm sure that means go forward. That means slow down. That means go forward. Now obviously I can't really give the whole slow down because there's a steering wheel in the way and I am driving. But, you know, the top half is go forward. The bottom half, you know, kind of slow down. But why are you telling me to slow down when I'm against a wall? 13 shunts. And the kicker is, I was on perfectly first time, just on the slant. So there you go. That's another little story I thought I'd regale you with. But some days you worry. Anyway, thanks for watching this filler vlog. It's been a short segment of the A1. Just a little heads up for you new guys. Now my normal vlogs should resume after tomorrow. I'm running a couple of days behind. You will hear the one I finished today. I talk about this filler vlog, like I said. But anyway, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, share about, do whatever it is you usually do. And I shall see you in the next one. Here we go again.